Soma fans, this is the n00b guide to crafting. So this is going to give you the basics of crafting, how you do it, what you do, how you get the mats, how you click it, and how you do, kind of the basics really. Nothing kind of extravagant, not about upgrades. We're not going to talk about crafting really expensive weapons and things like that. Just literally how to get your crafting skill up. So before we start, this website here, you can see the URL at the top. This has all sorts of cool things on there, how to, human crafting guide, level crafting. I'd highly recommend going and looking at this. And pretty much what this web page tells you, I'm just going to show you in the video as well. As for the attempts, I think there's been a slight change with these numbers since the speed up patch. I am now getting 540 attempts or something like that. It's probably 550 thinking about it, per 0.1. So I think it's kind of half this. Saying that though, it was 130, but that was pre-patch, so I don't know. Anyway, I think these are slightly quicker now, but up to 70 is really fucking quick, put it that way. So let's go into the game. Okay, Soma fans, so we're in game now. I'm just going to move my mouse, actually, not my mouse, my camera. There we go. I also just realised, actually, I don't really understand cooking and potion crafting, because I've never done it. So I'll probably do a video later on that one. I'm just going to cover the basics of armor, weapon, and access. So as you can see from my character, oh my god, you can see my stats. Oh my god, it's a computer game, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Weapon is what I'm going for, because I'd like to get 150 skill in the weapon, because you can upgrade your own items with a better chance and things like that. I'll talk about that at the end. I also have armor and access. So in a nutshell, to get special repair, which is this little thing here, I've just used it actually, you can repair your weapon all the way back to full Jura, which is a really kind of handy thing to have. The cheapest way to get this, to get it in all three, so if you want to repair anything, is doing armor up until 100, and then 70 weapon, 70 access. I did weapon first up to 100, and then did 70 armor, 70 access, because I want to increase my weapon skill, so I did that first. So, how do you increase weapon crafting skill? It's pretty simple. You need lots of copper and lots of leather. Okay, I'll probably show you in a bias, maybe at the end of this video, where to buy them. But basically, in a bias, you can buy all these mats. On time 1, they will be fully stocked, and then there is random, I think time 16 it restocks, but I've found random kind of like every hour or so it restocks slightly. So you can pretty much just potluck, go to a bias, see if the mats are there. That's the way I do it, And I've never run out of mats yet. So, you need 3:1 copper to leather to get your weapon skill up. Really simple. Come over to the blacksmith, click make weapon. You want to click sword, which is already on. You want to name it whatever you want. I just normally put some random letters in, but we'll call it Soma fans, because you're all Soma fans. Also, you do need click lock on your mouse. I've actually not put it on, so I'm probably not going to do it. But on your mouse settings, and this is completely fine, as by the way, I've checked it with the rules. If you have click lock on, once you hold down produce, once you've held your mouse down for a few seconds, it will keep producing. Okay, otherwise you have to click it manually, which I'm going to have to do now. So you drag 3 copper in. So you drag 3, type 3, drag 1 basic leather, click OK, and then click produce, and it'll start making daggers for you. Okay, so I have to manually click every single one of them. This is pretty good success rate actually. Manually click every one of them. When you hold down the mouse button, it will do it automatically. Okay, so you can literally just leave it on, and you keep producing until you get a full bag. So there's 2 ways you can do this. So every time that you produce or fail, so if you look at the leather here, every time that goes down, that's using 3 copper, 1 leather. It counts as a skill. It's a bit like when you get in weapon skill, a hit would count as increasing your skill. It doesn't matter if you fail or you succeed, you will get the skill. So I'm just going to do it until my inventory is full. So you keep clicking. So obviously I've got to do it manually. If you have it on auto click on click lock, it's a lot better. You can't use auto clickers anymore. It was legal, but now it's not. So keep clicking, pretty simple. So I've got, it takes me now, I think 540 of these, basically 540 times to do it to get 0.1 skill. So, right, this is what I was after. See at the top it says you have no more space in your inventory. This means now that my inventory is full. So you've got 2 choices now. If you are super rich and you've got 1,000,000 mats and you've got loads of bar and you don't care about making money, you can just keep clicking and use all your mats up and you'll still get skill. You won't make any more daggers because there's nowhere for them to go, but you will still make skill. I actually did my whole armor crafting like this. I only figured this out at 98 weapon skill. So I did my whole armor crafting. I bought all the mats, and just smashed all the way through. I got it in like 2 or 3 days. It was really quick. But if you want to make a bit of money, which you do make quite a lot of bar when you're crafting as well. At the moment, if I did one of these batches, a full batch, I make about 20,000 bar, I think, profit. So it's quite a lot. Maybe it takes me 5 minutes or so to do this. So it's quite a lot of bar you can make once you get high enough skill. So if you do want to make it, come to the blacksmith, buy and sell, and then literally just sell all your daggers like this. So really simple. Click sell, click sell, click sell. Then again, this you just got to be kind of on it. And if you get in the zone, in the crafting zone, as I like to call it, you do this really quick. And I kind of like to see how quick I can do it. Can I do it in under 20 seconds? We'll see. Also, you can craft legendaries now. You can craft any tagged item. I was hoping to get a tagged one then, to be fair, but I didn't. So you can craft really good items. So that is basically what you would do for weapon skill, and you can just do that again. So I would then go back, repeat, make weapon, do the same things again, and you would also hold the maximum number of mats you can for your weight. So my bag weight is 738, so I would hold as many copper and as many leather as I could with a 3-to-1 ratio to maximize the amount of time I can spend at the forge. So that is how to get your weapon skill up. Okay, how to get your armor skill up. So like I said, if you wanted to do it the cheapest way possible to get all 3 SRs, I would start with armor and get that to 100 first. On the website I showed you at the beginning, there's a slight mistake. It says it's 2 leather, 1 linen for the shoes, but it's not. It's 2 linen, 1 leather for the shoes. So to make it, you click the loom, go to shoes, name it whatever you want. I normally just do that. Drag 1 leather, 2 linen, and then you would do the same thing. So if you get click lock, you would just hold it down for a certain amount of time and it will keep producing. Oh, it does anyway. Okay, so I've got to actually manually hold my mouse, but with click lock it does. You don't have to keep clicking it like I did at the beginning, like a 10 noob. So you would do this exactly the same as what you would do with the armor. Every time you get 0.1, you would get more armor skill. So this is literally simple as that. Make shoes. When you're done, run over to the blacksmith, sell them just like you did before. So you would run over here. Hello, Mr. Blacksmith. Buy and sell. Bang the shoes out. Nice and easy. You get the idea. Everyone's happy. Sell some shoes. You don't make as much money on the shoes. I don't think you make as much profit either, I think. Quote me if I'm wrong, but the daggers do make quite a bit of profit. So that's how you would get your armor manufacturing skill up. Now let's go to the access one. Okay, we're at the dreaded anvil. The anvil hasn't been my friend recently. This is where you do your upgrades as well, which I'll probably cover in another video when I've got enough kind of shitty upgrades I could play around with a few things. But how to get your accessory skill up is the easiest one. You only need copper. So you want to manufacture accessories. It's ring, name it whatever the fuck you want. 3 copper, bang it in, start producing, and you magically make rings. Okay, so you only need copper on this one, but you do need a lot of copper to get all 3 because you use copper for your accessories and for your weapon. You need a lot of copper, put it that way. I would just, if you were planning on doing this, I would just get a load of copper. Hey, my Soma fan guild. So then you would go to this guy, buy and sell the rings. You don't make a huge amount of money on the rings, and that's it. So the thing is, what I did at the beginning to get your skill up pretty quick. You can get to kind of like 50 skill in not long at all now. If you've got a lot of money spare, I would recommend get your mats loaded up, get like, you know, a good kind of 60, 80, you know, 90,000 copper, things like that. Just buy them over a few days. If you want to get, you know, really do this quick, what I did with my access, I went all the way up to 50 without selling. So I did the whole kind of just fill my bag up and just did it really quick. There's actually a quicker way, and this might confuse a few people now. If you buy, okay, let me show you this. I've run out of resis for other reasons. If you completely fill your inventory up with resi scrolls, I think I can hold 39, yeah. So I bought 39 resi scrolls, I filled up my inventory and just held the maximum amount of copper I could. I then went to the anvil, did my manufacturing, and obviously I didn't make any because there was no space. So I just held down produce and it went through all my copper. It was like, you know, 700 and something copper. Absolutely smashed through it really quick, but all the copper was wasted and I didn't make any rings. So I lost all the money, but I got all the skill. And I was getting like, I got to 50 in like a day. I'm not even joking, it was so quick. Because literally, run back, get my copper, refill, run back, smash it on. it was so quick to do. So if you someone who just wants to go smash through it, and you got loads of money, you don't really care about making bar, you got loads of mats, I would do it that way. That's the way I did it. As for what I've got to do now, so I've got now 100 of this, slightly over, I got a bit carried away, and access. So I'm going to now, I get 1 SR every 4 hours. So every time 0, I will get a special repair, which I can either use or sell. For me to get 2 a day, I need to make my weapon 130, which will take some time. It's not quick now. And I'm actually going to sell all the daggers as well, so I've got a shitload of bar at the end of it, which always comes in handy. So that's the guide to getting your special repairs. I would recommend, if you want to do it the cheapest way, armor up to 100, and then weapon and access. If you're someone who wants to upgrade your own weapons at the end of it, then I would do weapon first, get it to 100, then armor access, and then work on weapon again, which is what I'm doing. Once you get to 150 skill in your weapon, you can upgrade any item, armor, accessories, or... No, accessories is wrong. I think it's armor and weapons with a very high chance of, well, a higher chance of succeeding, should we say. So it's always handy to have that. I'm just going to go back to the forge and show you a couple of simple ways to craft weapons. Okay, Soma fans, I'm back to the forge, and if anyone's coming back to Soma after watching these videos and you are starting a new character, if you ever want me to craft any weapons for you, if I'm in town and just pissing around and stuff, I don't mind at all. If it's anything of a higher level weapon where you need skeleton bones, you will have to provide the bones, because I never had any because I always use them up. But if it's just basic stuff, I don't mind doing it. If you want me to try and do a better weapon with better materials, then you'll have to obviously give me the materials as well. Anyway, enough jabbering on. Let's make a weapon. So let's make a fire bow. Okay, so this is how simple weapons are to make. Pretty much from the 4 materials, you can make most kind of newish weapons and newish armors. I'm pretty sure a fire bow was, I just wrote it down, 2 linen and 4 wood. So you go 2 linen, 4 wood. Let's name it, I don't know, Turbo. And let's just produce. Failed. Okay, so there's something wrong with the recipe. Let me pause the video and get the recipe better. Okay, so my fans, I made a complete fucking cock up then. It's leather, not linen, and I don't think I clicked bow, I don't know. Anyway, so you go to make weapons. I think maybe I did click bow. Let's call it n00b bow. And just make sure you click this, because a lot of times I do this, I always don't click the right thing. So it was 2 leather and 4 wood. Fingers crossed. Produce! Yay! I made a n00b bow. We'll miss an E off the anyway. So this is how really simple way to craft. On that website I showed you, all the recipes are on there. And to be honest, if I'm making a few and it's really cheap, I will probably do a couple of times and just to see if I get it tagged. I haven't this time. And these are the cheapest materials. So the bow will be quite a low quality. You know, it's kind of 17. It's not bad durability, to be fair, but the speed standard, the attack standard, unless it be tagged. If you use higher quality materials, you've got a better chance of the weapon being better, and it'll have more durability, it'll be lighter weight and all them things, or slightly quicker. So if you wanted me to craft your weapon but with better materials, then that's cool. If you wanted higher, like I said before, higher tier weapons, they require skeleton jewels. Sorry, not skeleton jewels, skeleton bones, or any type of bone. But skeleton bones are the most common because you can get them from the alternate gems. So that's how you make weapons. It's really simple, really easy. Armor is pretty much the same thing. Find the recipe, pick the right armor, name it whatever you want, drag it all in, click produce, and you'll produce it. So both those websites have what skills you need to do it. So that was the very simple, very basic guide to crafting. Hopefully this will get a few people off the bat and, you know, get them crafting, get a few more people with special repairs in the game, because it is really handy to have later on, especially if you have a quick weapon. You will fucking smash through that Jura so quickly. My bow lasts about 20-25 minutes when I'm hunting, so this is why I'm going for double special repair before I go back to bow hunting. Then I can repair the bow pretty much constantly as I'm hunting. Hey Soma fans, I was just editing this video and for some reason the last minute or so had no sound or anything whatsoever, so I'll just kind of wrap it up here. So I hope you enjoyed the quick guide to crafting that I'll hopefully get, you know, some new people who don't understand crafting off and they can get cracking with that one. Also, like I said in the New Year's video, you know, let's all try and make this server our server and make it more of a community of people who get on. So let's drop the negativity. I'm going to say it again, and I'll probably say it over the next couple of weeks. And to be honest, the server at the moment was great. I actually missed the last Guild Village War. I didn't get back in time from work, but it looked fantastic. It really looks like good old Soma days, and that's what we're all here for. We're all here to have a laugh, get along, have a bit of a hobby that, you know, kind of takes our mind off some of the shit that be going on in a lot of people's lives. And we all have shit going down, and it's nice to kind of escape, get into a game. You don't want to go into a game and be more stressed by the time you leave the game. The games are meant to be fun. That's why we fucking play it. So Soma fans, until next time, peace!